So, with the limited amount of space that we have, this is the setup that we're going to go with. We are going to face you guys just so we're still part of everything here. We're still going to do this.
Honestly, we just didn't have enough room to both face each other and have that table game.
That's the truth of it, but we're going to go with the fact it's like, you know what? We want to make sure we got eye contact with you guys. So, we're going to go ahead and play this. Now, what we would like you guys to do would be to go to our Facebook page, click on the picture, and have the picture up. So as we go through the spaces, you guys can kind of go along with us and we can explain the rules for you. Once again, it is pretty self-explanatory. There are going to be some pieces. Now, a few things before we start. This is important just so we don't have to stop every 2 seconds. We already explained to you about pouring into the big cup. You have to pour at least one drink, or you can pour your whole beer, but you cannot do multiple beers. It's just only what you have. And if you only have half a beer and you want to pour it, I want a whole beer, shouldn't have drank it, or I don't know. That's just how it works out in this game. There is a spot here where it's gender-based. There are women who drink, or the men who drink. If you're only playing with dudes, you got to paper, rock, scissors to see who's the woman for the game.
Can't we just do a dice roll?
All right, or dice roll.
Odds.
Odds? Just whoever gets the highest. Don't make it difficult.
All right.
You motherfucker. He's got a 6. 3. Okay, so I'm a woman for the game. For the game. As far as the game's concerned, I'll just be a woman for the game.
He's the lady, and I'm the tramp.
What's the difference? Let's see. Going across this, it's pretty self-explanatory. You make a rule. Blah, blah. Make a rule for the table. Very simple. Just make a rule. The only thing that can't be done for the make a rule is every time you drink, you got to do 5 push-ups. I'm not exercising, clearly. That's not happening. Yeah. And you cannot do anything that alters the drinking system. You can't be like, oh, well, I don't have to drink no more. Or every time that person drinks, now you got to drink. You can't add that rule that alters somebody's drinks. Trust me, you'll be drinking enough.
Can you add the rule of whenever someone has to drink, you have to take a drink before that drink?
No.
All right.
It's altering the drink system. What you could do is like Green Man. You got to take off little Green Man, or every time before you take a drink, you got to rub your belly and pat your head. And if you don't do it,
I'll just do the usual too.
We'll do the usual actually when we get to it. We'll explain those later. But if you don't do it, or if I take a drink, oh yeah, you forgot, then that person has to then complete the action still, and then take another drink.
Yes.
And that'll keep happening until they figure it out. Now, if another person or you land on the make a rule again, or if there's multiple in the game, if you land on it, you can choose to either remove one of the rules.
If a rule is in play.
Or you can add to that rule. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. All right, there are some spaces on here that make you go backwards or forwards. If it says do what the space says, then do what the space says. If it doesn't, then don't. That's simple. Quiet table. This one's pretty self-explanatory. The next person to make a rule, the next person who makes a noise finishes their beer.
Yes.
The entire thing, regardless. Now, here's the thing. Technically, you can do timeouts, or if one of the rules requires you to say or speak anything, then you can get away with it for that time. We're talking about who giggles, who farts, who burps, who said something random. Yeah. It's like, David, what? Yeah, he fucked up. David fucked up. All right. At the end, whoever wins, the winner chooses who has to drink the big cup. So you win, you choose who's the loser. You don't lose the game.
Yeah.
You actually choose who the loser is. Now, the one right before that, called Double or Nothing, is just the name. It's not really double or nothing. What it is if you're here when the person in front of you wins, or whoever comes in to win, what happens here is that it doesn't matter who they choose. You can coin flip them for if they drink or if you drink. But if you lose the coin flip, you have to drink. If you win the coin flip, they have to drink, regardless of who they picked. So let's say if 4 makes 1, and I'm right here, then I have to do the coin flip if I choose to. He's like, oh, obviously he's going to pick me. It's a 2-person deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip the hell out of that coin and hope I win. And if I win, he's going to drink it. So without further ado, this is the drinking game. Now, in a different video, I may or may not actually show you guys the actual demo video that I did with the little piece maker, or game piece maker. Long story short, we use bottle caps. It's a really nice little touch to have to play with. All I did was fill the bottoms with super glue. Not super glue, what am I thinking? All I did was fill the bottoms with a glue stick with a glue gun, and I put some fabric on that, cut around it. That's it. You want this one then? We'll switch?
Well, I'll be Bud Light.
Okay. I'm going to be Bud Light Lime. Delicious during a hot summer day. All right. Like I said, we're going to be reading these off as we go along. If you could have the actual game board up next to you, that'd be awesome. So you know what we're doing. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Let's get going. Before I make sure you win the roll, so go ahead.
Woo!
Now, game start. Drink before rolling the dice. Now, go ahead and take the drink.
I already
Roll your
messed
dice.
up.
Yeah. That doesn't mean he's got to take 2 now. That just means he's got to drink and then do it.
You just didn't want to have everyone drink.
3.
1, 2, 3. Pour
Pour into the big
cup.
cup.
Look, 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 look.
Bring it up.
Alrighty then.
You want to hold it up that high and be a jerk and get a bunch of foam in there, then by all means, go ahead and do a major pour like that.
Fine.
There's no rule
Stop
against
being
it.
a baby.
Yeah, there's no rule against it.
It's not like I'm going to have to drink it.
We'll see about that. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Player to my left is a drinking. All right, go ahead.
For purposes of that square, folks, we're both to each other's left and right.
Of course, that is a given.
Since there's only 2 of us. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make
rolled
a
a
rule
4, by
for
the way.
table. Oh yeah, should I announce what I rolled?
Yeah, you can't see
My
it.
bad, my bad. Alright, make a rule for the table.
This is where the game starts getting pretty fun.
I think I'll stick with my one from the other night. You have to hold out the beer in front of you and say, I have the power, before drinking.
Fair enough. Easy enough to do. Not terribly difficult. Here we go. Oh, by the way, that rule actually does apply even if you're just going to take a regular drink. It's not if
Yes.
the game forces you to do it. It's just a regular drink. So even if you want to catch, sneak a sip, if somebody catches you, you got to take another one.
Yeah.
1, still on the table. Normal game rules. If the dice falls off the table, do it again. Boop. Choose 2 players who drink. Now this one's kind of weird because there's also a pick 3. I don't think we've come across this playing singles, but
Well, there's only 2 of us.
screwed ourselves with the rules. We each have to take a drink then.
I have the power!
Oh, I think the camera just shut off.
Let's do this.
All right, so here we go.
I have the power!
And yes, every time. 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So the space says all the women drink. So I have the power. 1. Everyone drinks except for me. That's awesome.
I have the power! Come on, 6. Woo! Got a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, all the men drink. Woo! Party! I have the power! Obviously, we're pretty sober when we started this. I don't think I remember a single night where I was sober when I started this game. This is probably the first time.
Yeah, actually, that is 100% true. I've actually woken up on some mornings and why is my game out? It's gotten pretty tough. Here we go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch places with the lead player and do what the space says. So we're gonna do a switcheroo,
Whoop.
and all the men drink. Woo!
I have the power! I think I'm getting too much power.
Your turn.
Alright. Come on, 6. 1, 2. Drink. Then go back 1 space. Do what the space says. I have the power! Go back 1, and all the women drink.
Yep. That's actually a really good combo. Somebody keeps rolling a 1 every time that happens for some reason. I'm probably going to hate that tonight.
Come on, 1.
I have the power! I'm only going to do that when it lands on that space. That's it.
I do think the fastest this game has ever been played is in like 5 minutes. That was a surprisingly not very drunk game.
No, yeah. Rarely. That's usually if you play with 2 people or 3 people.
Yeah. Oh, make a rule for the table.
1 and 2. Make a rule for the table. Now I
You got
myself,
a 2, folks.
So I get to make a rule for the table, or I can take away a rule. This particular time, I'm going to take away that rule. We're going to get this ball rolling. Honestly, one of my personal favorites is everybody has to speak in an English accent.
I cannot do accents at all, so...
That now, as long as somebody tries, that's all that matters. They can sound as shitty as they want, but if they're just sit there like, nope, not going to do it, well, they keep fucking drinking or you shouldn't have played. Simple as that.
Alright, so he has removed my I have the power rule.
Go.
Alright. 3. 1, 2, 3. Drink 4 or roll the dice and go back that many. Do what the space says. I'm going to roll. Yes, got what I wanted. 1,
God
2,
damn it.
3, 4.
You
Switch places with the lead player. Do what the space says. Woo! And now that means I get to make another rule.
Mm-hmm.
So
And real quick, the same rule cannot be re-implemented. He can
Yes.
adjust it or do something else, but you can't keep bringing
which
back
is
the
why
rule.
I have another good classic from my childhood. It's Morphin' Time!
I'd rather do that one. That's a little quicker. I can do that. Here we go. Three. 1, 2, and 3. Pour into the big cup.
You fucking asshole.
Yep. So I did a jerk move on that one.
Is that a fly in that big cup now? Alright, it's my turn. Got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quiet table. The next person to make a noise finishes their beer.
Go ahead.
For purposes like this, since we are announcing what space we land on, that's the only time that the quiet table I don't think should apply.
Fair enough. So we'll show the roll, and then we'll actually say it. Okay. All the men drink.
It's Morphin' Time!
I'm gonna fucking say I lost, okay? That's bogus. Alright? I just opened my beer, so I gotta finish it for that rule anyways. And I have the most beer anyway, so I gotta finish
Yeah.
it. So I'm just
So-
gonna finish the one, because if I'd have just finished it, and then cracked open another one, and then if I'd lost, I'd have to drink the whole goddamn thing again anyway.
So yeah, folks, I landed on whoever has the most beer finishes their beer. So he just...
I broke the quiet table too, Because I'm just gonna do it in one shot. I'm not. I'm not gonna lose there. Crack open a new one, and then finish my beer because I fucking burped or something. Okay, we're gonna time lapse this one because this is a cold ass beer. Ah, this beer's cold. And that's what I get for being a jerk and pouring the rest of my beer into the big cup. You gotta be careful about that. You can't screw yourself over.
You could be the one who's always just like my whole beer every time into it. I just happen to make sure it's cracked open before I come close to that square, and you're always the one who pours that much in, and then you could be the one who ends up drinking it.
Yeah, this game gets pretty deadly as it progresses, as you can tell. It starts off nice and light, and then you're doing this shit.
I would also like to do another game review. Obviously not right after this video, but in a different video, have a Dungeons and Drinking game.
Yeah.
That game also messes you up. But we'll need more than just me and him to play, or else it's just going to be... Yeah, it'll be a wreck.
Okay.
Did you remember to morph in time?
God damn it! I was really hoping you would remember. Woo! Well,
That's
now
just a drink.
I gotta drink another beer. Technically, it'd be another beer.
But he pounded a beer.
He's gonna let me off the hook this time. With just one. Real quick, actually, that goes in to say as well. If you do it and you could chug, like, oh, I gotta take 5 drinks, or I gotta take 2 drinks or 3 drinks, you could do it, and then you can go ahead and just
Do like a 5-second gulp.
or however many chugs you think is worth it. Now, technically, the way I should have done it was every time I stopped to take a breather, I could have done it again. Either way. It's morphin' time! My turn. Okay.
Yes.
A beer. Here we go. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Everyone rolls. Anyone with a 6 goes back to the start. It was my turn, so I gotta roll this one first. Yes! A 1.
Yeah, Now I just need to hope for a 3.
Oh, wait, before you go, real quick, you absolutely have to land exactly on the win space.
Yes, if
Right now he is 3 away.
If I roll a 4, then I end up going onto the win space and then going back 1. A 5 would be onto it back 2, because I'm 3 away. Oh, wow.
And he got a fucking 3. All right, like an asshole, because he didn't want to explain it to you guys. He's just going to show it to you. He's going to show you how to win right now. You get
1,
the gist.
2, 3. Winner! Choose who drinks the big cup.
The guy who is dick enough to pour a chunk of beer in it. Oh, let's have it.
It's not that much, less than half.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's actually not too bad.
Yeah, the first time I had to drink out of a big cup, it was like a 40-ounce cup.
It was like a Slurpee. Big gulp.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
rules
terrible.
no longer apply when somebody wins. You just carry the big cup. Now, if you are going to be doing a second round of the game, you have to chug this beer.
Yes.
Or you can do it by principle, you have to chug the beer. Cheers.
You just foamed up my beer.
If you didn't have enough.
But yes, folks, that is the drinking game.
Remember, after you chug it, you spike it. Wow! Don't do that with a glass. With a glass. It's a glass container. It's a glass.
Unless it's a great fraternity party and you're not cleaning up the next day.
No, you get the noobs to fucking. You get those guys to do all that shit. Well, that wraps it up. That's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. We did enjoy.
Yes.
I've enjoyed playing this game many times. Oh.
I'm probably the most frequent player of the game. Of playing this game with him.
Well, yeah, obviously I played a lot. I made the damn thing.
Yeah. But out of everyone you know, I've probably played it more than anyone else you know.
Easily. Well, I mean, this is my drinking buddy. I've known this guy since high school. He's a great friend of mine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good like 14,
Hand jobs
15 years.
every day. Thank you guys very much for watching. That's been the game. We hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you liked it, subscribe to the page. Go to our Facebook. Of course, get this for free. For free. It's going to be there for a limited time. Indefinitely. But grab it, print it, do whatever you guys do with it. Like the Facebook page as well. And, of course, this has been
Drunken Words.